Hey guys, it's Falco.
Hi.
So, Sonic 3D Blast, huh? I don't even know where to begin with this one. If you're a Sonic fan, there's a good chance you've at least heard of this game, but it's not known for being anyone's favorite. It was actually the last Sonic game to come out for the Genesis. In fact, even it got a Sega Saturn version too. Now, I didn't grow up with the Genesis, but I did still play this game as a kid through Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection on the 360. I was able to access Sonic 3D Blast as well as some actual good Sonic games, but man, this game fucking sucked. To be fair, I might have just been a snobby kid. I don't remember liking most of the games on the collection, barely touched it overall. But 3D Blast in particular left a lasting impression on me for being especially dog shit. Maybe I was just too young to appreciate the underlying beauty of 3D Blast. Or maybe it is just a piece of shit. Having played it again as an adult now, I still can't decide how I feel about it. See, it's not bad in the same way like something Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is bad. The game's not broken at all. Doesn't run any glitches. It runs at a stable 30 FPS the whole time. The problem is, it just doesn't feel good to play. Sonic controls like he's already slammed 15 shots of whiskey before the game even starts. He's slippery, awkward, and the jump feels completely off. And don't even get me started in the isometric view. I get it. It's impressive for the Genesis, but there is no such thing as depth perception in this game. Half the time, you're missing enemies or jumps because you can't tell where anything actually is. As soon as you hit the A button, it's over. Off topic, but I still don't know what these Sonic things do. I assume they were life-ups, but they don't do anything. Do you have to collect every single one in the stage just for one measly life-up? Now, your player model might look like Sonic, and you might be collecting rings and shit. But if you replace his sprite with literally any other mascot, this game would feel exactly the same. There's pretty much no speed outside of the occasional boost pad, but it's not fun. You're not really controlling Sonic. I found myself just taking my thumb off the D-pad so I don't screw up the automated sections. And that's my biggest issue with 3D Blast. It wants to look fast, but you never feel fast. You never have that control over Sonic. You're not interacting with the level design, because there is no fast level design in the way that a Sonic game should. This would honestly work better as like Mario 3D Blast or something. It doesn't follow the philosophy of classic Sonic at all. Flow and momentum don't exist. Every time you start to pick up speed, it's ruined by bad level design or jank-ass controls. To its credit though, 3D Blast does look pretty good. The visuals are nice, and the soundtrack, typical Sonic, real heated banger. But after doing all this complaining about slippery movement and awkward controls, what are we actually doing in this game? Well, the only way to complete levels is to make it through these big ring gates, and you need all 5 flickies in each area to do so. You need to slowly explore each level, destroy every robot, and manually collect the flicky. Yeah, instead of them politely following you, these dumb fuckers just wander off unless you grab them. And every time you get hit, they scatter off just like your rings. That's not all either. They can also be hit by projectiles and run off. The red flicky is such an asshole too. Managed to gather all 5, jump on the big ring, and congratulations, you can move on to the next area of the act. Some of the acts are really long, especially Rusty Ruin Act 2. I'm pretty sure every Act 2 contains 3 separate areas rather than Act 1 having 2 separate areas. Rusty Ruin Act 2 really tested my patience, giving you some near impossible jumps to do with zero depth perception. Thankfully, a lot of the gaps can be crossed if you're just going fast enough. This zone also introduces these paths that turn Sonic into a Beyblade, and you gotta be spinning to break these pillars along the way. Other than looking stupid, it's really annoying to control. The pads are very tight and have spikes everywhere, and I don't know why they felt the need to do this, but it makes you very bouncy. Finally, at the end of Rusty Ruin, we actually fight a pretty cool boss. Green Grove had a pretty lame boss in my opinion, nothing worth writing home about. Pretty standard Sonic slop. And while Rusty Ruin has an even easier boss, I think that jumping on its hands makes good use of the pseudo 3D. But did anyone else find it very jarring the way it just cuts to the point screen after you beat him? Now reaching the third zone, Spring Stadium, I was feeling pretty over this game. It's not bad, but it's not really good either. Sonic 3D Blast is extremely linear. No alternate routes, no secrets worth finding, just a fixed path where you collect flickies until the level ends. At least it's a full-length Sonic game, I guess. 7 zones total, each taking about 15 minutes or so. That's 2 or 3 hours of content if you're patient enough to get through it all. I've replayed the first zone a few times now, and my final verdict? It's just plain mid. It doesn't have the qualities of a good Sonic game, but on its own, it's fine. Like a solid 5 out of 10. If you're gonna brave this slop of a game, take healthy breaks to keep your sanity, and definitely use the level select. It's super easy. Use the normal code if you're on an emulator, but if you're on real hardware, just wiggle the cartridge during the Sega logo and it'll pop right up. I respect what Sonic 3D Blast tried to accomplish. It's impressive for the Genesis, but it totally misses the mark. And I still can't believe my dumbass friend said this game was good, and actually mailed it to me for review. Come on, man, this game fucking sucks! If you made it to the end, leave a like if the video was okay, or leave a dislike if it fucking sucked. Comments are appreciated too, and let me know what I can improve on. I'm still pretty new to scripted content. Subscribe if you want to see more.